And now, from the Funny Bone Comedy Club and Cafe in the Easton Town Center, it's live from the Funny Bone with your hosts, Dino Tripodis and Lesley James.
Hey, welcome to Live from the Funny Bone, bringing you the best in local, regional, and national touring comedians right here in lovely Easton Town Center. That's right, the best fake city in America. I'm your host, Dino Tripodis from Dino and Sean in the Morning on Sunny 95.
And I'm Lesley James, your co-host from CD 101, the alternative station.
And tonight we have national showcaser Nicholas Anthony.
Plus the Pepsi Max Local Comedian of the Week, Keith Bender. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Hey, we're back. Besides taking first place in the Las Vegas Comedy Festival and not one, two seasons on NBC's Last Comic Standing, this comedian has found time to write and produce 2 films. Where does he find time to do stand-up? I have no idea. Here's Nicholas Anthony.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. My name's Nick. I like tall women because they get more naked. Who's with me? Come on, people, let's dance. Let's do this. We're single here tonight, or are we single, or are we coupled up tonight? Single people? It's exciting. Single stuff, man. You know you're single when you buy a condom and it feels more like you're buying a lottery ticket. You're like, this could be the one. And it sucks, too, because I was raised by all women, so I'm like, I should be an expert on girls, right? I got 7 aunts on one side of my family, 5 on the other. I got 3 sisters and a mom. I should be an expert, right? No. All that happened was I wore my towel up to my armpits till I was like 15. I don't think you realize how awkward that is. Coming out of 10th grade gym class, all like, I got another towel up in my hair. It dries faster that way. Cover your nipples, guys. That's gross. And girls are mean, man. Girls are mean. When I was 13, my sisters convinced me I was going to have my period. I was like, what? I don't want to grow up. I walked around for a week with a paper towel roll between my legs. Like, what's happening to me? I don't want to get toxic shock. Look, I'm a dude. I shouldn't even know what that means. That's ridiculous. I sit down when I tinkle, you know? That's bad. I shouldn't know what that means. You guys got awkward there for a second. I kind of feel like chocolate pudding at a Chinese restaurant salad bar. Like, what am I doing here? Why are these white people staring at me? I love stand-up, you guys. I love it. What I can't stand, well, I love stand-up. I really do. I love it because you can find material anywhere. I was shaving the other day, and on the can it said, apply liberally. So as I put it on, I bitched about everything. You gotta have fun, people. That's so important. You're coming out tonight. It's Wednesday, and you're out. That's good. Give yourselves a hand. You're out, right? It's huge. You gotta have fun, people. That's so important. Fun. For fun, I like to yell random shit out of elevators as they close. I recommend you try that. But be careful, because every once in a while, those doors, they open back up. Real awkward when you're standing there with a complete stranger. You just called Skittle Tits. You're like, oh, ruh-roh. As the doors close again, I'm like, taste the rainbow, bitch. You gotta have fun, people. That's so important. When it's raining out, I like to buy a single rose and then go up to a fancy restaurant window with a sign that says, I thought I was the one. Just slap it up there and watch all the couples break up. Sometimes the dudes stand up, then I gotta scurry away. But you guys look good tonight. Some of you even dressed up. You guys look good. Thanks for, yeah. None of you have mullets. That's good, right? I get it. I grew up in the Midwest. It's like a mullet sanctuary around here, right? It gets cold out. You're like, let's just grow the back of the hair out. Let's just do that. It's not 1984, George Orwell. Snip, snip. We don't want to see that. And seeing a mullet these days is jarring. It's like seeing a unicorn. You're like, oh, do I get to make a wish? What's going on here? And have you you see a mullet, you gotta say something, right? You can't let that scamper about. You gotta say something. You can't let that just get into its El Camino and be like, I'm out of here, bitches. Boo! You gotta say something. You do, because mullet spelled backwards is T-E-L-L-U-M. Tell them. Excuse me, sir or madam. God forbid I get the death penalty. For my final meal, I'm going to request metal scraps and sparklers. Because if I'm getting electrocuted, I'm putting on a show. Gonna go out with a bang. I was at the airport recently playing my favorite game, judging people. Like, you are ugly, ooh. She's like, I object. I wanted to pull out a gavel and be like, overruled, dun dun dun. In the case of me versus your mustache. You guys know you have homeless people in this city? That blows, this is the richest country in the world. Everyone should have a home, right? That blows my mind. And I grew up in Minnesota, and that's everywhere. You would think, like, in Minnesota, like, the winters would, like, thin that shit out, but no. Like, and it's everywhere. There's a famous homeless guy in St. Paul has a sign that says, families killed by ninjas need money for kung fu lessons. And I'm like, I give him money every time. It's everywhere. I was in San Francisco, guy had a sign that said, bitch, you can't hit me with a quarter. I'm just like, I'll take that bet. See him the next day, he's got an eye patch and a sign that says, lucky shot. Things get to you. You got to be careful. You can't get crazy with anything. You got to be moderate, or you'll... Alcohol, you guys are drinking tonight, right? Having a good time, right? That's important. Just don't get crazy with things, you know? Alcohol's not your friend, it's foe. Alcohol will get you thing laying down on the floor of a public bathroom seem like a good idea. You're like, oh, it's so cold, right here. There we go. Oh, yeah. Let's get the other side, even it out. There we go. Oh, happy birthday, me. I was that drunk one night, and there was a girl across the bar who was as drunk as I was. And I knew it because at one point she burnt her nostrils when she picked up a candle and tried to drink it. It was better than seeing a mullet. It was awesome. And nothing makes you feel better than watching a girl with way too much makeup be like, ah. You want some of this? You can't have any. I thought it was a flaming white Russian. Someone sleep with me. Sometimes we do, right? Air high five, let's do this. That's my problem, man. Girls and booze. I was walking out of this liquor store recently, and these girls come running up. They're like, Mister, will you buy us some booze? It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Only if you're at least 18, because I don't want to have to commit 2 crimes tonight. I am not a criminal, damn it. And what I hate in this country, too, is the hypocrisy. Like, people, like, you guys, booze is everywhere, right? And it's supposed to be this great thing that's shoved, football, touchdowns, booze, booze, booze. And then people, like, they take marijuana and they throw it in, like, the heroin category. And, look, I'm not a big drug guy on any side of the things, but let's be honest. If it's late, it's like bar closing. You got 1 or 2 dudes who's going to drive you home. You got the dude who's angry, who just puked on himself. Or you got the happy guy who's eating Funyuns. Thinking about what a squirrel would look like if it was wearing a birthday hat, you know? Like, oh, with the string, it would look funny. It's a hypocrisy. There's commercials, anti-marijuana commercials on television. Like, people, like, if you were high and you saw that, you'd be laughing your ass off, right? There's a commercial right now on television where this girl comes home from school. She's 15. Her dog walks on the counter and starts talking to her. Girl's like, what the hell's going on? Dog's like, I heard you were smoking marijuana. Nah. Like... I'm disappointed in you. I'm not your friend anymore. Like, dog walks away. Like, girl's all freaked out. Look, if you haven't smoked pot, that's not how it works, all right? And if you have kids, or if you're still a child yourself, like, if you get your dog to start talking, you're gonna smoke whatever the hell you can get your hands on, right? I wanna know what my dog has to say, right? There's gonna be 8-year-old kids at home huffing gas. Like, come on, Fluffy, say something, say anything. Tell me your balls taste like strawberries, say something.
Stay where you're at. We'll have more of Nicholas Anthony right after